Welcome back. This is your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. Over here, we're doing a couple month in review of this Hart leaf blower. It's 40 volts. This is the 40 volt version. They do make a 20 volt version right along with their string trimmers, and they also make a 40 volt string trimmer as well. Brushless motor. Turbo fan on the inside. I think it is 450 CFM, 120 mph. I guess that's the speed that it goes out of the front of the tube. Okay guys, and there it is with the little blower nozzle off the front of it. This is the turbo fan right here, guys. As you can see, it looks like a little jet engine on the inside. It's pretty good. I like it. Now the older versions had a variable speed control on the front, basically like a cruise control. This version doesn't have a variable speed. You got to go by when you pull on the throttle, you can go half throttle and then, you know, in the middle of the road throttle and all the way full power on the throttle. It does have a 4,000 milliamp battery. Some of the other Greenworks, Egos, and you know, Husqvarna versions have 6,000 milliamp batteries, but I don't find that a problem with the battery. The battery actually works really well. I weed whacked this property here, my own property, my own driveway here. Down the road there, I weed whack. In the house across the road, I weed whack and mow. And whenever I get, whenever I get grass clippings everywhere on this road here and that driveway over there and that little walkway down the road here and everywhere else, this thing is great. I know I've seen a lot of reviews of people saying this thing sucks and does not work right. Fully charged, this battery will blow off this entire property down here and other people's properties that I do here. And by the time I'm done doing all that, getting all the grass clippings off and stuff like that with this blower, I'm only at a third charge, and that's going full bore. That's going full bore, blowing off these little porches and, you know, driveways and walkways on these houses that I weed whack and mow. No problem. And I still have like 3 bars left over by the time I'm done doing all that. So I could blow this whole entire property off down here with this thing and still only, you know, it only gets 1 notch in the front of the battery. Now you hit this little button right here, it tells you how much charge you got with your battery. It's full charge right now because I just took the battery off the charger. But let me tell you guys, this thing does not suck. Now it is very heavy. It weighs like 11 pounds. I know most of these have the batteries in the back, and this one's kind of on the top. It's kind of like top heavy. I mean, I kind of wish they would have put it in the back like the Greenworks one I've used and the Ego ones I've used. They put it in the rear of the machine and it makes it more balanced. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. You get what you pay for. But what you're getting and what you pay for at Walmart, y'all, this Hart blower is pretty good for a cheap little blower. If I had to like compare it to a blower that I've used before, it's not as good as an Ego, not as good as maybe the Husqvarna one I've used, my buddy has on his trailer when we mow other yards, well, clients' yards out there. Not as good as those. But my neighbor here, over here, she's got a Troy-bilt, I think 40 volt blower, and I've used hers before, and my neighbor lets me use theirs all the time. Before I bought this one around January last year, and it works on par with that. I think I've used a Craftsman blower. My friend's got I think a 40 volt Craftsman blower that he bought a couple years ago, and it works about the same, on par with the Craftsman one. Ego's a little bit better, honestly, a little bit better, a little bit lighter. Greenworks one, it's probably on par with the Greenworks one if I had to compare it to anything. I've used the Greenworks one. My buddy had a Greenworks string trimmer, and I guess it was his mom's, you know, he inherited it, I guess, and he was using the Greenworks string trimmer and the blower until he got rid of it, because I guess he didn't like it, I don't know. But it's on par with the Greenworks as well, and I used to use his mom's all the time to mow the property down there all the time, so I wouldn't have to use my blower. It does work really well. It does have an adjustable like handle right here where you can adjust it. Honestly, with the battery the way it is, there's not really much adjusting you can do with this thing except backwards. Forwards, not so much. You can't adjust it forwards because the way the battery sits. It's not bad though. Most of these units, if you want to get a better battery for this, they don't make any aftermarket batteries for this like they do with the Greenworks and maybe the Egos. But you know, I think it's pretty good. I think it's on par with a lot of the Greenworks ones. And the I've had it since January. I also use this thing to blow snow off my porch, and I guess in theory you could use this to blow snow off your satellite dish, and you could use this to blow snow off of some solar panels if you had solar panels, and you didn't want to have to pull out a corded like blower, leaf blower, you know, or a corded weed whacker. This would be a good accompanying to a battery operated string trimmer. So keep that in mind when you're using this. The battery for these are actually cheaper than some of the Ego batteries, and cheaper than some of the Craftsman and Cobalt versions of the batteries as well. This one's kind of like directly competing with the Cobalt and the Cobalt and other various different cheaper Greenworks and Cobalt, you know, blowers, string trimmers, whatever, you know, for the battery operated, entry-level battery operated type of blowers and, you know, string trimmers and stuff like that. This is a pretty good one, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I've used a lot of them over the years, and this one really surprised me how good it is. One of the downsides about this thing though is if you're switching hands with it while you're using it, the back end right here has a vent where it sucks in the air. It will suck your clothing up in it. So when you're switching hands, just make sure you pull off the throttle, because it'll suck your clothes up in the back of the vent. So, and it's a little top heavy compared to some of the others I've used. I think the older versions had a cruise control on them. This one doesn't. Maybe because of the cost savings. I mean, it's like 140 bucks new right now on wallyworld.com. I've had it since January. It works really well. I've had it for a few months. Used it to blow leaves off of my porch, blow leaves in my neighbor's yard, out of their, you know, yard, so I can rake them up, you know, stuff like that. Blown off tons of porches with it, and it doesn't even put a dent in the battery, y'all. After I blow all the leaf, you know, leaf litter off of people's driveways and walkways with it, after I mow and weed whack all this whole entire property out, it doesn't even put a dent in the battery, y'all. I'm still at 3 bars, and then I don't even charge it up, and I'll use it again and it totally drains it out. So I get about, they say 30 minutes with it. I'm getting 30 minutes with it. Literally getting 30 minutes of run time with this thing. I don't even have a need for an extra battery with this thing. It works really well for what it is. We're gonna test it out, guys, and show you how it works. Okay, guys, we're gonna be testing out the blower here. Just a variable speed of it. I'm not really gonna blow too much stuff off with it. Another thing to mention about this leaf blower, it doesn't have a reverse bag for leaf mulching. It is just a straight up blower. Again, like I said, variable speed on it kind of sucks. There's no cruise control on it. The adjustment kind of works if you want to hold it backwards, but this is basically where I like to keep it. Here's the adjustable speed on it. It's the slowest setting, the medium setting, full setting. So blow some of that crap right there with it. Doing a video and it does that shit. Well, that's all I'm going to do it, but basically you get the gist, guys, on variable speed control. I do have sometimes has issues with the vent tube coming off on it. Okay, guys, that has been the review on the Hart turbofan blower, guys. Hope you all like the review. Now, I do have an issue with this stupid tube coming off all the time, so it's not the best blower in the world, but don't take it from me, guys. It does work. Sometimes I can get it to lock the tube on there. Sometimes it comes it doesn't want to stay locked, but it is what it is. Yeah, it gets 4 out of 5 stars with me. I already gave it full on 5. The stupid tube don't keep falling off. That's the only downside about it. Plus that too, it's not balanced very well, but it does work for what it is, and it's not a bad little unit. I think doing all that for the past week, I only put a dent in it. I've done all this entire property with it last week when I mowed, you know, last week. So I gotta mow again, of course. But yeah, it's been a review on the Hart. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not as good as maybe a Cobalt, or I mean, it's about on par with a Cobalt, Greenworks, or something like that, you know, that you get at most big box stores. Cobalt, Craftsman, about on par with that, you know. It's not bad. Yeah, go ahead and get one, see how you like it. The battery life on this thing is pretty good, so I give it that. Tube keeps coming off. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It is what it is, I guess. And the vent likes to suck your damn clothing in when you're trying to use it, but it does work, and it does have a really good range with the battery of 30 minutes. When it says 30 minutes, dude, run time, you're getting 30 minutes of run time with this thing, either on low to high throttle. So guys, take it easy. It's been your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. Peace out, y'all. Of the Hart 4,000 milliamp battery, 120 mph, 400, I think something CFH. I can't even remember, guys. Well, what is gurky get? Battery operated blowers. These battery operated leaf blowers